Number one whenever news breaks during your day.
And number one whenever and wherever you want to talk sports.
Now it's time for Monty in the Morning.
Hey, that's me. How the heck are you? It is the Monty Show. Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. We will not have a show for you tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. But until tomorrow, just
say goodbye, Jake.
Listen to this show. Yeah, until tomorrow. Listen to this show on repeat, right? Hey, don't forget that we are giving away a PS5. That'd be a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You see it right here on the desk. All you have to do is be subscribed to this channel and follow us on the old TikTok machine.
Breathtaking immersion.
The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show _ You follow us on TikTok. You subscribe to us on YouTube. You punch somebody in the face at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
You have a chance to win the PS5. Make sure you shop our affiliate links below in the description. I took the home COVID test that's linked down there. No, I don't have COVID. There's a home COVID test. There is Rockstar Recovery. Are the masks that we use. If you are not an Amazon Prime member, people, whether you listen on Stitcher Radio and Spotify, which are powering the podcast,
Yeah.
or you watch us live on YouTube every day, my friends, are you not Amazon Prime members? Somebody on YouTube yesterday said, I'm not an Amazon Prime member.
I'm going to do that.
Get it done.
Get it done. There's a link in the description below on the podcast and on YouTube that gives you 50% off of Amazon Prime.
Do it.
Hook it up. Shop our links below. Let's start with the Utah Jazz. They played the Denver Nuggets last night, or somebody that was wearing Denver Nuggets uniforms.
Yeah.
Because most of their lineup, just like the Utah Jazz lineup, was out last night, including Nikola Jokic, that big, tall doughboy.
He's a bum.
He's the reigning NBA MVP. Anyway, the point is they rested Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic. The Jazz took advantage, and they did so by playing their young guys, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we took anything away from the suckage that had been the Golden State Warriors over the last 2 years and really leading up to the Steph and Clay era, I think, if you play young guys, good things happen.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity. I think the thing with the young guys is you have to be patient. So you have to be willing to say, okay, we're not as focused on the result of the game, but we are focused on plus minus. We are focused on turnovers. We are focused on, the areas of your game that we need to improve depending on the player we're discussing. So, when I'm watching this game last night, I see guys like Jared Butler. I see guys like Elijah Hughes contributing. I see guys like Trent Forrest having a career night. The guys that don't get a lot of minutes when the normal regular players are healthy play their ass off last night. And I think, number one, I think it was a nice win for the team, good quality win for young guys. But number two, I think there's real credence to this idea of, hey, let's just take a chill pill. Let's play the young guys the rest of the year. Let's develop the hell out of these guys, and let's come back next season ready to rock and roll. I think that there is real credence to that conversation, and not to say that you want to just tank the rest of the year, but I think that with what we know about the Donovan Mitchell situation currently, which is he's still suffering from concussion-like symptoms. He saw a concussion specialist. Like, he's trying to work through all this stuff, and what we know about Rudy Gobert's calf, we know these guys are not near 100% right now, and we don't really know when they're going to come back. We're not sure yet. I would imagine Rudy will be sooner rather than later. Don is a little bit different of a situation. I still feel like that's up in the air. So being that that's the case, I just find myself wondering, why wouldn't the Jazz play these guys? Why wouldn't you get Elijah Hughes more shots out of the corner from three? Why wouldn't you get Jared Butler more time running point and running the offense, right? Or why wouldn't you get Trent Forrest more time running the offense and taking shots and working on his game? Because all that's going to do is help you for next season. And I think that is a really smart and pragmatic conversation to have if you're this Utah Jazz team. Because
I'm sorry, did you say pragmatic?
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I would agree with you. My question is, what do you have to lose by playing the young guys? I mean,
Nothing.
if you play Jared Butler more, if you're playing Eric Pascal more, if you're playing Trent Forrest more, I mean, all you're going to get is development. Now, again, I will say, I don't think Udoka Azubuike is a starting center. I don't even know that he's an NBA player in a regular rotation, but we need to find that out. I don't know that Trent Forrest can be anything more than a 7, 8, 9 guy off your bench. We need to find that out, right? Until he shows he can shoot. But what I know is Elijah Hughes can shoot the three.
Yeah.
What I know is Jared Butler can play in the NBA. Like what we saw last night out of Jared Butler, while unspectacular, was rock solid and certainly a big improvement. And I know that the Denver Nuggets didn't have their best players. But my question, Jake, is what do you have to lose by playing these young guys?
Nothing. I don't even think you have nothing to lose, and furthermore, I think you have everything to gain because again, you brought up the Golden State Warriors at the beginning of the conversation, and I think that's a great comparison. Golden State is known; they are notorious for being able to develop their team and their young guys and turn those guys into key contributors that make a big difference for them when it matters most late in the year. And so you look at what they're doing with the Kumingas and with the Wisemans and all these guys that they've brought in. Hell, you even look at what they did with Steph when he first came into the league. I mean, this is a guy, obviously out of Davidson, who people were saying was going to be a nobody. The scouting report said the guy was undersized and not an NBA body. And now you're talking about the guy being the best shooter ever. So I'm just telling you that there's opportunity here. There's opportunity to turn Elijah Hughes into an elite three-point shooter by NBA standards. There's opportunity to turn Jared Butler into somebody who can really contribute on a 15 to 20 minute a night basis when the regular guys are back. And you need him to be that. How long are we going to operate with guys who are at the later stages of their career? With all due respect to the Joe Ingles and the Bogies of the world, how long are you going to operate like that? How long are you going to ask the old car to continue to take you down the road, man? Like, you've got to develop these young guys so that, especially next season, you can ride them. You can say, okay, hey, we're winning by 20 right now, and we're heading into the fourth. Let's bring the young guys in. Let's get them more minutes. Like, you have to do that.
Well, and I more look at it as you want to develop these young guys now so that they can become the reason that you win a championship. Because you already have a guy in Donovan Mitchell that you can build this franchise around. What you don't have is athletic wings who can contribute on both ends of the floor because you're not developing young guys. And the best example of a lack of development on this team right now is Rudy Gobert's offensive game. I look at the one hole in this lineup as it's currently constructed. I think the biggest problem for the Jazz is Rudy Gobert is oftentimes not effective offensively. Now, you're older. I think you are watching the beginning of the end for Bojan Bogdanovic. Certainly, I think that's in a Jazz uniform. But in his career, I think you're now seeing his best days are behind him. Mm-hmm. Bojan Bogdanovic cannot play fast basketball. But it's guys like Royce O'Neal who are finding ways to contribute. Royce O'Neal is making a higher percentage of his three-point shots this year. There's value in that for this Jazz team. But what I'm telling you is Royce O'Neal should be gone, and you should be playing guys like Eric Pascal in that spot. You should be playing guys like Trent Forrest in that spot. You should be playing all of these other guys. Instead of Hassan Whiteside, give me more Udoka Azubuike. Show me that you belong in the NBA, Doak, and let's see if we can earn you more minutes. Right? That's what this team needs because they're stuck in the mud right now. And again, I bring up a Jonathan Kuminga. I bring up a James Wiseman. The Golden State Warriors are arguably the best team in the Western Conference, and those guys, before the Wiseman injury, he was getting significant run. Jonathan Kuminga is getting measured exposure in the NBA right now, and it's making the Golden State Warriors a better team. You can look at Dusomu in Chicago. You can look across this league, LaMelo Ball. You've got to play your young guys because what's the best way to grow them? Let them make mistakes, give them significant minutes, and let them learn by falling down because they will get back up. Mm-hmm. And Jared Butler's a guy that played at a very high level at Baylor, won a national championship, but the NBA is a different level, and he needs to experience that pain. But, man, I'm telling you, you can see the step-through that he had last night, the assists he had last night. He's frankly, he's got to learn to shoot the three at the NBA level.
Yeah.
And it's surprising he's struggling with that, especially last night. But that's going to come around. The other stuff, the intangibles are there. The mistakes on defense, we saw some switching issues last night. Those are young guy mistakes. You only learn to do that well by making those mistakes. So I see no downside by them going all in on their young guys.
100%. And again, I think there's tremendous upside to it. It's not just hey, if we do this, there's no risk to it. But also, hey, if we do this, there is big benefits and big upside potential to getting these guys more minutes and getting them more comfortable. I mean, imagine a situation where as a Jazz fan, you could comfortably say, okay, next season, let's say that Mike Conley suffers the usual Mike Conley injury. Just as an example, let's say that he got hurt and had to miss time. How awesome would it be to simply say, okay, Jared Butler or maybe a Trent Forrest can come right off the bench into that starting role and we won't miss a beat. That would be great. But to do that, you got to get these guys minutes and you got to develop them.
And I the interesting thing about Jared Butler is I don't know if he's a number one point guard in this league. I honestly don't know. Is he a top 5 guy on a roster? Today he's not.
Yeah.
Is his upside top 5 on a roster?
Yeah, I
don't know.
I think he has that in him. I think in today's game, you don't just have to be physically gifted to be a number one anymore. I mean, you can be, if you look around the league, there are plenty of point guards who are not, the most physically gifted with leaping ability and, length and all that, who are playing a ton of minutes and who start for their teams. And I think that I think Jared Butler is plenty athletic. I think the game right now for him is moving incredibly quickly. And that's ultimately what happens when you play these guys. And this is what I think a lot of people don't quite understand about the first-person experience when you play sports. The more you play and the more comfortable you get when your mind can identify situations, the game slows down for you. So you can start to understand, okay, I know Bogey's over here and Royce is over here and Rudy's right in the middle. And so I know what I want to do here. And that's what you see guys like Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell and, the Chris Pauls and all the best point guards in the league doing. They're reading the floor and directing traffic and creating opportunities. Jared Butler's not there yet, but I believe that he can get there. Now, whether that's with the Jazz or whether they end up trading him or whatever, I don't know. But either way, the point is, playing these guys more minutes right now with where you're currently positioned has no downsides. Because even if you played these guys, developed them just to trade them for draft capital, that's still a win.
Yeah, I don't know. Where are you at on Trent Forrest? I mean, I like what I'm seeing. He seems a little more comfortable with the corner 3. I don't think he is. I don't think his absolute top side is top 5 on a roster. I think if he... is he as talented? Who's a secondary player? Is he as talented as a Lou Dort, who we saw take over a game last night from 3 and win it in overtime? Probably not.
No, I think Lou Dort's probably more talented.
Is he? But is Trent Forrest a top 10 guy on a roster in this league?
Can any of these guys, all jokes aside, can any of these guys get to where an Alex Caruso type guy's gotten to? Because Alex Caruso is a secondary player, for sure. But he is a big-time contributor.
He's invaluable to the team that he's on. I think Trent Forrest has the athletic ability to do that. I don't know that he has the offensive polish. I don't know that Trent Forrest has that savvy it factor.
But isn't that the exact conversation we're having, though? Can the Jazz create that in him? And I think that's what you have to look at with these players, like the Forrest and the Elijah Hughes and the Jared Butlers and all these
Sadly,
other guys.
I'm going to say I don't believe that this Jazz team, and as an organization, as an organization, I don't know that they are a developer. I don't know that this team right now today or this organization, and we haven't seen it under Danny Ainge. I mean, but in the last 5 years, have they really taken an unpolished stone and turned them into a gem? And I would tell you they have not. I think... And maybe I'm being kind of a jerk about it, but I think Donovan Mitchell has spent his own cash to turn himself into a gem.
Agreed.
And I probably believe too much in Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I got it handed to me by some of the comments on YouTube yesterday, throughout the day, just talking to different people on YouTube. I think more Jazz fans would rather keep Rudy Gobert than Donovan Mitchell. But I look at Donovan Mitchell, I see Donovan Mitchell spending millions of dollars to become an NBA superstar.
I just think Don he just needs to mature. And
And that takes time.
It takes time. It's a tough road, but you have to be. And I hate saying this because it's such an asshole thing to say. You just have to be better, dude. Like you need to mature in the people ops department, as I say, how you handle your teammates, like how you lead the team. You got to mature in that area. But I also think on the floor, and again, I'm glad you brought it up because this is a developmental piece that I think, you're not going to get this from Brickley, in my opinion. I think Brickley is going to teach you individual skills to improve your game in a one-on-one setting. That's what I think Chris Brickley really helps guys with. But I think the concept of, hey, I'm the best player on the floor. I need to draw that double team. I need to make the defense gravitate towards my side of the floor so I can create other opportunities for my teammates. Donovan Mitchell doesn't do that right now. And he needs to start doing that for this team to take that next step. So, for the people who say, well, I'd rather have Rudy than Don, well, sure, sure, I guess you can go with that. But I'm telling you from an NBA championship perspective, I would much rather have Donovan Mitchell than Rudy Gobert, 100%.
I don't even think it's a conversation. I think it's a no-brainer.
I think this season hasn't done great things for Donovan Mitchell's image in the fan base. I have to be honest. I think a lot of people think that Don is selfish. I think a lot of people, rumors be true or not, a lot of people think that he's asking out, which is untrue. We have good sourcing that says it's not true that he asked for a trade. I just think that, again, I'll keep saying it. This team desperately needs Donovan Mitchell to come back and produce. That's what the team needs right now. And I don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I mean, this concussion thing with Donovan, he has not been able to shake this concussion that he picked up against the Lakers 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks?
It is, in the NBA, it's very rare. I mean, you see some guys... usually concussions in the NBA happen when you slam your head on the floor, or sometimes you'll fall backwards and hit your head on a knee. Usually in the NBA, you get a concussion from hitting the back of your head, either on the floor, on a knee, whatever.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell took a swing through elbow from Russell Westbrook in LA, and he's not been able to shake that.
And it was kind of on the side of his head almost with the way it happened.
It's a little scary to see what he's going through. It's not career threatening, but by the way, I actually think this has worked out really well. Him missing this time has forced the Jazz to play other guys. And I think, Quin Snyder is I'll give him a lot of credit for this. And I know a lot of people are saying Alex Jensen, should be the coach. And do you really think that Quin Snyder isn't still coaching this team? I mean, do you honestly think that they don't have a game plan going into last night where he and Alex Jensen are on a Zoom call and they're talking about X's and O's and rotations? And if you really think that Quin Snyder has nothing to do with player minutes and rotations, you're crazy. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know how that would be possible.
It's not.
I mean, Quin Snyder is still the guy pulling the strings on this team. Now, at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter, are they texting? No, they're probably not. I mean, that's Alex Jensen making decisions on guys, and okay, I'm down with that. But if you think that they're not talking about, hey, how much are we playing Jared tonight? How much are we playing this guy or that guy? Or
what angles do we want to work on the floor? What are we trying? What kind of positions are we trying to put these guys in? Like, there's a clear game plan to work on things, And either way, the Alex Jensen stuff, everyone's talking about how, oh, well, that was a great rotation last night, and I love how flexible he is with all the players. And it's like, dude, yeah, Alex Jensen did a good job. And he's done a nice job, and he'll continue to do a nice job. It's not an Alex Jensen problem. I think you just have to understand that just because Quin is not in person doesn't mean that he's not, making decisions. Yeah. It's just a foolish thought.
And by the way, the Jazz aren't making a coaching change in the season.
Yeah.
That just there's no justification for that. All right, let's get your comments. Snuka.
What's up, Snuka?
Here we go. That's right, Snuka. C. Sheever says Alex Jensen for head coach. Fire Quin Snyder now, please. Yeah. There you go. Cody Strickland says, hashtag I want the PS5. Hashtag I want more. I want more.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to find it here. It's
I want more.
Yeah, sorry. That's an obscure drop that I don't remember where it is.
Cody says, morning, guys. We really needed the game, LOL, and I've seen huge athleticism that really won this game from our young guys. Yeah, totally agree. Giggity, what's up? Good to see you, bud. Eric in Raleigh says, good morning, Monties. And Steph had glass ankles. Steph did have glass ankles.
But they worked through that.
And he's worked with Under Armour to work through that. Cody Strickland says Hassan Whiteside's a bum.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Boone says, good morning. A Jazz win is lovely. Will you be my Valentine? Nah, I'm fine.
He's a bum.
Rudy Sanchez says, Butler reminds me of Alec Burks a little bit. Well, that's interesting. I mean, Alec Burks has been a good three-point shooter pretty much his whole career.
Yeah.
I think Jared Butler will get there. I think the measurables on Jared Butler are all there. I think he'll be fine. JP Steve Shanahan says, sup. You guys probably already know that Mitchell's concussion symptoms continue to linger, according to reports. They do. Dwayne Bone says, I'll be making popcorn when the Nets come to town tomorrow night. What is going on? We're going to do our NBA power rankings here in a moment. James Harden's a real concern for Brooklyn. I mean, he ain't that dude anymore. And I don't know if it's that he's not the alpha male. I know you think that. I mean, you think that's really what this is?
Yeah, I mean, I think that James Harden thrives in an environment when he's the guy. And I don't think that I don't mean that from the attitude of like he's selfish. I just think that James Harden really thrives in an environment where it's him and everybody else. And he can, like I was saying before, he can kind of control and make decisions and everything goes through him. I think what James Harden is really struggling with right now, and he said as much, you really would. You would, huh? You would.
I would.
Why would you do that?
Sorry if you're offended by that.
Yeah, I am offended by that.
I'm sorry. Were you talking?
I'm going to say this again.
I was just drinking my drink, man.
You're casual.
Yeah.
By the way, we got the full T-shirt design yesterday. The T-shirts are in production right now.
It's fire. It's fire.
Everybody's been asking, where's the You're a Casual shirt? It's coming.
Come on, man.
Once we get back from L.A., we'll roll those out. Pre-orders will begin next Monday.
I want more.
We'll start taking pre-orders on the casual shirts next Monday. I don't disagree with you, by the way. Yeah. I think Brooklyn finally figures that Kevin Durant's the best player in the world right now, I think. And you see his value to Brooklyn when he's not there. I mean, Kyrie's fine. I think it's Kevin Durant 1, Kyrie 2, James Harden 3.
And I think James knows that. And I think James wants to – James Harden has not just all of a sudden forgot how to score basketball. Let's be very clear about that. James Harden needs a particular environment to thrive, like a plant. He needs sunlight, water. He needs particular things to –
Is that a plant like some weed?
Yeah, dude, exactly. I mean, he needs certain particular attributes within the team for him to do well. But you see, when those are present, he can put up 50, no problem, So, I don't know. Is that Philly? Sure. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Maybe.
Is that Washington and a Bradley Beal trade? I don't know. But he's going to get moved.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself. Anyway, the point is...
Jesus.
That's one of the greatest drops ever. Where is it? No, the drop machine apparently...
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly right. Thank you. Do you know where that's from?
The Departed.
The Departed. Yeah, you had to think about it, didn't you? Anyway, he's a Southie. The point is...
He's a Southie.
The point is...
Oh, what a loser!
James Harden remains a loser. That's exactly right.
Right, yeah.
James Harden, I doubt he ever wins a championship. I really do.
He's got
because
time.
if James Harden goes to Philly, he won't be the alpha male. He won't.
Yeah. I mean, it's Joel's team, but I think Philly. The thing with Philly is I think it still has untapped potential to it. I think we don't know what Joel Embiid's capable of when he's actually got someone who can contribute next to him.
I'm going to institute a policy where I'm not going to read Insta DMs during the show. Seriously. Barry says, finally you've come around on Quin Snyder. What do you mean, Barry? And he also says The Departed's a great film, not a movie. Thank you.
Thank you,
yeah, Barry.
Appreciate that.
There are some movies that are films, not movies.
Yeah, like The Fifth Element.
That's a shit show. That's not a movie. It's a great movie. It's not a film, though. Greg Hawkins says, sup, y'all? What's up, Greg? Good to see you. Tyler Hopkins says, I don't think we'll see Donovan Mitchell until after the All-Star break. Yeah, why would you? I wouldn't rush him back.
Like, I don't know. Like, I would love to know. I'd love to get an answer on what the mindset of the team is right now. What are they trying or not trying to do?
My guy C. Shevers is all in on firing Quin Snyder. He said when Snyder comes back, it's back to the usual bullshit.
Because I'll drop that mother.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Eric and Raleigh says Steph 1, KD 2, Giannis 3. Stop. There ain't nobody taking Steph Curry over Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And Eric, I love you, dude, but it's way too early to be dropping acid. Like, seriously, you're hallucinating.
That's enough of that crap.
Jeremy Bolton, good morning to you. Giggity says cracking a cold one in the middle of Jake's take. Haha, yeah. Exactly right. Cold chillin'. John Jackson, JJ, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. He says giving the young players more time is showing their value when trade talks come up. I would agree.
Yep.
Jeremy Bolton says need a UPS update. It's coming.
Let's go.
Michael Burton says Patty Mills better than Harden. He's number 3. LOL. Truth. Michael Burton also says in AFL here in Australia, concussions can last ages, especially a physical sport. The positive is some of the young players get minutes to improve at the highest level. Yeah, they do. And this is why I say, like, speaking of Australia, this is why I say, I hope they trade Joe Ingles. An NBA guy that I know pretty well yesterday said that there's demand for Joe Ingles' contract around the NBA because he was going to get bought out anyway. So there's demand for that because it saves you a salary slot. If you can trade Joe Ingles, trade Joe Ingles. Do it,
dude.
I would.
Please.
But if you don't trade him, I think you got to have him around the team. When his knee is in a position where he can be back on road trips, I would have him on the road with the team.
He was in the locker room last night.
Yeah, I would have him on the road with the team. I mean, I think he's really important that way.
Agreed.
So I just think that's important. Brylark says, thanks, Monty. If those DMing mother truckers want to say something, they can enter the YouTube chat. That's what I'm saying. You're watching the show already. Why, Barry, will you not get in on YouTube?
I'm not sure that Barry wants to throw hands in the comment section.
Well, he's told me before, if I remember right, and this is not, for my Phoenix listener, this is not Barry the New York Giant fan who lost his mind over Donald Trump.
Isn't Barry the New York Giant fan formerly Barry the New York Jew as well?
He is, yes. Barry came to us at the shitty radio station in Phoenix as Barry the New York Jew.
Yeah.
Then he changed his name to he changed his name a bunch of times, but he ended up on Barry the New York Giants fan.
Right.
And then Saquon Barkley hurt himself, so there were other iterations.
Yeah, we're focused on the Jets today.
Yeah, but my point is, Barry the New York Jet fan. Barry lost his mind over COVID, and if I remember right, Barry's son had gone through a really, I joke as I try to say COVID, a really bad coronavirus bout. Like he was in the hospital.
Right.
And then the Trump stuff, and Barry just lost his mind one day. And told
Mr.
us,
fucking vaccination genius, scientific expert, you fucking asshole.
Barry. So Barry lost his mind. And then recently there's been another Barry who's not the same Barry, but who tends to, he has told me in the past he does not have a YouTube account. He simply watches it by going to YouTube and not signing in, but he watches it. So, which I don't even understand because obviously I have a YouTube account and I watch YouTube not really often, but enough. I thought you had to have an account to watch a video, but if you don't,
you
cool.
don't, no.
By the way, if you're here, please give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. Cody Strickland says, Coach Joe.
No.
Okay. It's ironic that Harden wanted to play in Brooklyn and now he's on his way out, apparently. Shanahan says, yeah, it's ironic now he wants to go play in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of it for James was the whole part-time player status with Kyrie. That really rubbed James the wrong way.
Yeah, they had a falling out. There was a chemistry thing in Brooklyn, from what everybody says. And the Kyrie Irving not getting vaccinated thing, Kevin Durant was not the quickest guy to get vaccinated either. But Kevin Durant, when he got vaccinated, said the same thing LeBron said. I'm doing this for my legacy and my team. And Kyrie Irving is viewed as selfish because he won't get vaccinated.
The coronavirus.
That's not by me. That's by others. You know what? Frankly, if you don't want to get vaccinated, cool.
Everybody gets a test.
But when you're committed to, essentially 11 other guys, 14 other guys, and you refuse to comply, I think that is selfish.
Vexes me.
So that's just me. Brylark says, yes, I miss Driftwood. Oh,
Driftwood. What a legend, dude.
Giggity says Barry's a casual.
Well, hey.
I mean,
You're casual.
I mean, Barry, I don't disagree with that. Brylark says, Cody, Jeremy, who was our resident Trumper that doesn't watch anymore? I can't remember his name. Driftwood.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Michael Burton says Ingles' injury was massive loss. Agree. If he's on the roster, I would keep him there for the locker room presence. He's definitely one of the glue guys in the team. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
I do. What happened to the Army Ranger who had COVID 3 times? Eric and Raleigh wants to know. The Stever. I don't know.
I don't know where Buddy is.
I don't know. But the last time we heard from Stever was less than a year ago because it was here. It was while we were in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But he was, so for those of you who are newer to the show, Stever was a special ops guy in the military that you had like all this covert stuff. Like he when we were on the shitty radio station in Phoenix, he sent us a picture of our house from a helicopter. He flew over our house and sent us a picture. And it was actually our house. And then, like, we just kept in touch with him. We formed a relationship with him. Didn't he send us pizza or something one day?
One day, yeah.
Like he sent us.
He's
I think
the
deep
guy.
dish
Listen,
or...
you're talking about a guy who has like extremely high access. Like you're talking about somebody who
had vanish mode before vanish mode was a thing.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
I mean, the guy just is a step ahead.
And but he would always tell us, "Hey, I'm going." Like he's a ghost. He's a guy that goes out and does covert stuff for the military, essentially. And he would tell us, "Hey, you're not going to hear from me for a while," or "Hey, I'm doing this." And he was telling us that one of the things he would update us on is when he got coronavirus. And he had it the second time Stever got it was terrible.
The coronavirus.
Like, he was saying, if I remember right, it almost killed him.
They have the sniffles.
But about a year ago, the last thing I remember him saying is, "Hey, I'm going out. I'm going to be gone a while."
Yeah.
And I have not heard from him since. And he was a
avid listener,
if not daily.
people.
Yeah, and like his guys would like their whole, because they were at the base in Phoenix, so they were based out of Phoenix, at the airport, and so he listened all the time, and it's really, I hope he's okay. I really hope he's okay, because we don't get updates. I mean, like the guy's a ghost. So I hope he's okay. I don't know what happened to him. And I mean, our military guys, God bless you. I just have so much respect for the sacrifice that it is for our fighting men and women, their families, their friends, their relationships. I mean, their lives are forever changed. And a guy like that, I hope they're okay, man. Some of the things he would tell us about the things that he saw, like you know how when a guy says, "Hey, this is who I am," and like he's legit. You just know the Stever was legit. Yeah, he was absolutely one of a kind. Cody says, "Of course you would friend him. You don't want him to lay the smackdown on your ass." Seriously, it scared me when he sent me a picture of my house. Like it freaked me out for a minute. It freaked me out for a minute. Like, and it was legit an overhead picture of our house. And where we lived on South Mountain in Phoenix. So there were always flyovers. There were always helicopters, jets. Like there was always that stuff happening.
Right.
So you never paid attention to it. And then you're on the radio one day and he sent you an overhead shot of your house. And it wasn't like a satellite picture because we had just had our backyard renovated. And the picture of the backyard, I remember, had the paver. We had a bunch of pavers put in without turf, and then we had the turf added. It was with I think it was pavers without turf. So it was legit. That day he flew over the house.
It was a cell phone picture.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
Yeah,
it freaked me out a little bit.
It was a cell phone picture out of a helicopter. Dude knows where you live.
Seriously, like whoa. But hey, the guy was cool. And then I'm pretty sure he sent Giordano's to the studio one day.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure. So it is what it is. Giggity says Stever got to be kicking it indoors, killing terrorists. I hope he's okay. I really do. I do. I saw that the Biden administration released that they hit one of the top Islamic terrorist figures in Syria. I guess they dropped a bomb on him through drones.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're on to Cincinnati, man. Jeremy Bolton says, "Hey, Brylark, I've never seen anyone get destroyed in a chat as much as Driftwood did." No.
Bro.
Dude, Driftwood took some.
Driftwood.
During the election, like Driftwood. And I actually enjoyed those conversations. I like talking about serious stuff, but Driftwood took some heat in this chat. My God.
Dude. Yeah,
and
bro.
probably the best part about this show is the interaction we have with you guys, our listeners, our viewers. Like, we really enjoy that. Like, that's why we say follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
So Barry, go ahead. Go ahead. Jump head first in the comment section. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Probably not. Giggity says warheads on foreheads. Exactly right. Greg Hawkins says smackdown on your mama's ass. Chris Karn says, if I drop some Portillo's on you, am I legit? Yes.
Yeah,
Chris.
dog. Bro,
Chris, actually,
I would love Portillo's, bro.
Yeah, my God.
There's not a Portillo's in Utah, is there?
I don't think so. Is there a Portillo's in L.A.?
Oh, there has to be.
In Anaheim.
Come on.
Isn't there a Portillo's in Anaheim?
Okay, let me pull out Google Maps here.
Maybe when we're in L.A. next week we do that. I don't know.
Bro, it's already next week.
Yeah, I know. Tell us your account on Instagram. Oh, I say every day, The Monty Show. Everything for me is The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show. Jake is SLC Supercars. Portillo's is amazing. Yes, it is.
Yes, there
Greg
absolutely
Hawkins.
is a Portillo's right off the 5 and the 91.
Yeah, that's what I thought in Orange
We're
County.
doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, and it's way better than Pink's. I remember that argument. All right, NBA Power Rankings, says we got some other good stuff to get to today. The absolute positive worst team in the NBA right now is I think it's the Pistons. The Pistons are terrible. And they're gonna trade Jeremy Grant. I have to believe they're gonna trade.
Oh, it's
Jeremy
gonna
Grant.
happen. Yeah, I mean, they are a bad team, but man, Cade Cunningham's been a nice story.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yep.
guy's a stud.
and he's got a great fro. He's got awesome hair. Detroit's bad. I mean, let's be honest. It's Detroit, OKC, and Houston. But I think Houston is so athletic.
Yeah.
And their young guys are really good. You're watching their young guys. Kenyon Martin Jr.,
Stud.
I'm telling you, the kid's coming.
Stud.
You look at Christian Wood. If they unload John Wall, I think the sky's the limit for them.
And I think they will.
They
will.
should do the Russell Westbrook buyout trade from the Lakers and send John Wall.
Yeah.
Because I think that's absolutely him and Eric Gordon have huge value around the league. Eric Gordon, I think, is the number one 3-point percentage shooter in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
I would trade him and John Wall and go. You need to sell out on Christian Wood. Build everything you have around him, and I think, I really like Christian Wood. I know there's people who've talked about trading him. I would not.
No, I think you have a good core there. They just need to play more. You
Yeah.
need time.
And then OKC. I mean, I look at what Josh Giddey's giving OKC.
But he can play, dude. I mean, he is under the radar as under the radar gets, but he can play.
Better or worse, the Sacramento Kings or the New Orleans Pelicans?
Oh, the Sacramento Kings are better.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, Zion Williamson obviously hasn't played. He's an incredible bust.
I just think the Pelicans don't have a. I mean, outside of Ingram, you look at this team, and yeah, you've got Zion who's hurt. Obviously,
Jackson Hayes?
I don't like Jackson Hayes' off the court, issues, if you will.
What if they make that C.J. McCollum trade?
Then I think you've got something because you can put. You're not a championship contender at that point, but I definitely think you're a playoff team, a legit, no doubt about it, playoff team.
I think Brandon Ingram's their best player. They're 2-20 without him. I mean,
And I think too, C.J. McCollum. It would be fun to see him being the number one on a team, just to see what that would do for him. He's been Dame's running mate forever.
So I'm going to say Detroit's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Houston's the second worst.
Yeah.
OKC, New Orleans, and then better or worse, the Sacramento Kings or the Orlando Magic. I watched the Orlando Magic game the other night with the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're talented as talented gets. They're just not a smart basketball team.
No, they make boneheaded plays pretty consistently.
So I'm going to say they're the fifth worst team. I'll put the Kings.
What an idiot.
I'll put the Kings outside of the bottom five.
Yeah.
And then, there's the top five, and I have no idea. I mean, I think in the NBA right now, there's no doubt 1-2 is Phoenix, and I think the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA. I think Devin Booker is, I think
we know what you think about Book. We know.
Yeah, I mean, and imagine. I will punch you in the face. Imagine if the Suns trade Dario Saric's contract.
Yeah, I think so. The Suns
$9
are gonna
million
make moves.
bucks.
The Suns are going to make moves. They're going to get better. But yeah, in terms of the top 5 teams, I think it's really tough once you get past the 4 best teams. So you've got the Suns,
Is
the
it
Warriors.
though?
Yeah, I think
I think
it is.
Suns 1, Warriors 2.
This nonsense, the list you have there, this nonsense about the Sixers being a top 5 team
They're
in the
not.
league. They're not a top 5 team in the league.
But see, the argument's going to be Memphis.
Yeah.
I
think Memphis is top 5.
I think Memphis is the 3rd best team in the NBA right now. Today, the way they're playing, I think Memphis is the 3rd best team
What
in
do
the
you think
NBA.
of the Bucks right now? Where are you at on the Bucks?
They're 4th. I think Memphis, their athletic ability on offense trumps what Milwaukee can do defensively. Because the other thing is, I don't think that Giannis has a matchup that he can lock a guy down against Memphis, because Memphis doesn't play big. Memphis is much more about
Jaren Jackson
their
Jr.
wings.
was shooting it last night, bro.
But that's my point. If you okay, so let's say it's Giannis versus Jaren Jackson Jr. Where's Giannis going to be in that matchup? Well, he's going to be at the top of the circle.
Yeah.
So what does that do for Ja Morant?
Yeah, I mean, it opens things up for sure. I think, yeah.
But what is Ja Morant doing? So this is what I was thinking about. If you have Memphis versus Milwaukee head to head, let's say in a series, you have Ja off the ball.
Off the ball. Yep.
Jaren's got the ball at the top. He's going to kick that ball to Ja Morant. Then what's going to happen? Ja's going to drive. Giannis Ante your mama is going to drop back to try and rim protect. And what's Ja going to do?
Yeah.
He's going to kick, because Ja Morant, his highlight tape is going to be all these dunks and stuff. His best ability right now, and the reason they're the 3rd best team in the NBA right now, is because he's passing really well.
I'm going to say this again.
He is an all-around player. Ja Morant is fun to watch. That's an entertaining team to watch.
I'm for real.
I take Memphis 3rd. I put Milwaukee 4th, and then I think it's a crapshoot for the 5th spot. I mean, I think I could make an argument for Brooklyn, but I don't think so. I think with all of this James Harden nonsense, I don't think so. I absolutely can make an argument for the Chicago Bulls, but they're so injured. I don't think so.
The Nets have to be a top 5 team. They have to be.
Okay,
Are you talking about? Are we saying from the standpoint of right here today?
Right here today.
Yeah,
I do think it's Cleveland, it's Miami, and I also think that the Boston Celtics are moving up into that 10-7 range now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because they're getting Jalen. I'm telling you, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are playing really well right now.
Yeah, I think they are. I think the difficult thing that I have with this right now is that, yeah, with Kevin Durant being out, the Nets are obviously not a top 5 team. I mean, they need Kevin Durant.
Yes.
There's just no way around that. So, yeah, sure, okay, we'll throw them out of the top 5 for now.
I think it's the Heat and the Cavs, 5 and 5A.
I like the Bulls over both of those teams, just so we're clear.
The Bulls are just too injured. And I think when you and the other thing is, look, obviously I'm a Bulls fan. I'm from Chicago, but I look at the Bulls right now, and I just think that the way the Bulls are playing without Alex Caruso, without Lonzo Ball, they're missing tenacity at guard.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the Brunson, the Jalen Brunson and the, oh my God, former Jazz man, Brooklyn Net, Paul Millsap, those two names are supposed to be Chicago Bulls. Now, the Mavericks are saying that they're not trading Brunson. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
And I think Paul Millsap would fit right in with what the Bulls are doing, especially defensively, because they don't need him offensively.
And he's rested.
Exactly. They need a rebounding defender who can play 2-3 positions, because the biggest problem for Chicago Bulls right now is they are small.
Yeah, they are.
Wendell Carter tortured them the other night. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you right now, Lonzo Ball, I love the guy, but he in his career, he can't stay healthy. And if you're going to have consistent knee issues, which he's got, your value plummets. And Alex Caruso, they've got to find a way to keep him healthy. Now, it was a dirty play that broke his wrist. That's not his fault. He'll be back in April.
Facts.
It's not his fault. But good God, he's been out, it feels like, for 3 months.
Yeah.
And when Alex Caruso's healthy, that team defensively, completely different team.
Yeah.
Like he can lock down 1 through 3. It doesn't matter. Like what he did to Luka Doncic early in the year. Anybody see again? And I know I'm the only crazy idiot. Everybody says this to me that I got like all these Maverick fans came into the comments yesterday on YouTube, but I'm telling you, Luka's not a winning player. Mm-hmm. I mean, like the guy last night just simply fell asleep on defense and gave up a game-tying layup to send the game to overtime.
It's a terrible mistake.
And what does he do? He grabs the ball, he puts it on his forehead. Oh, I feel terrible.
Oh, what a loser.
Yeah, and then Lou Dort tortured you in overtime, too, to boot.
Final.
Luka's not a championship player. My question is, where do the Jazz fall into this list? I mean, I think the Jazz are solidly in the top half of the NBA. But right now, today, I'm taking the Nets. I'm taking the Celtics. I'm probably taking the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Atlanta. The Jazz are better than Atlanta. What about the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I can't definitively say the Jazz are better than them right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think today, right now,
they're not.
Okay, without Rudy and without Don, and it's a little surprising Clarkson and Hassan. Oh, my back hurts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When everybody's equal, the Jazz are better than the Timberwolves. But it's not by a lot. I'm telling you, it's not by a lot. In the middle of the pack, what do you say about the New York Knicks?
Yeah, I think the Knicks are a bit of a disappointment, but, I mean, last night, again, they were on national TV last night on ESPN against the Grizzlies, and I thought that they made a lot of silly mistakes, and I think that they're, I love Julius Randle and what he did in that run where he was hot, but he's not performing right now. He's not doing what they need him to do, and there's a lot of turnovers and a lot of silly plays happening, so, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things to me is that you have people that want the Knicks to trade Julius Randle, that have people that want them to trade Evan Fournier. And I'm telling you, you trade Julius Randle, okay, I get that. But if you trade Evan Fournier, you don't have a shot taker on that team.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't think you have a shot taker on that team. The two guys I'd move from the Knicks very clearly are Kemba. And I don't know where that guy's career's gone since he left Charlotte, but it is what it is. I would move Julius and Kemba.
Yeah.
And I think Alec Burks, by the way, has some value on that roster as well. But I don't think much of the Lakers because they haven't shown the ability to stay healthy. And until they make a trade, I think they're bottom half.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the Knicks are bottom half.
Westbrook can say that they just got to get in. And it's in your 0 for 0. You're 0-0. Everyone's even when you get into the postseason. But right now, I don't know. What's going to fix you shooting the ball off the backboard the way you do consistently? What's going to fix AD not being able to stay healthy? I mean, what's going to fix these issues? So,
The Celtics are so frustrating to watch. That should be a 50-win team.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a team that really wins pretty much every game they play in. And they just don't, they just go to sleep sometimes.
Yes, they're a chill team. That's always been their vibe.
Yeah, there's a lack of intensity. And it's so frustrating because Jason Tatum is just so incredibly talented. And then he'll do shit like throw the powder bottle last night. They're so frustrating. The Boston Celtics are so and the other thing I'm waiting for is what's going on with Indiana and Washington? Are you going to trade Dinwiddie? You said in the vaunted pre-show meeting where we talk about absolutely nothing.
Behind the scenes.
You were saying that you think they're giving him run to trade him.
Oh, they're definitely feeding him. Yeah, they're definitely trying to up his trade value. There's no doubt about it. He has a big-time triple-double last night because they're giving him more opportunities, and even when he's not, what was it, what's today, Thursday? On Tuesday, I can't remember who they were playing. I believe it was Tuesday or it might have been Monday. But they're in this game, and I'm watching them. And he's missed his first 6 3-point attempts. You go into the second half, and they're just feeding him, giving him the ball. Kuzma is deferring to him intentionally to give him more opportunities. And
How about Kuzma with another block shot last night?
Yeah, listen, I'm not a huge Kyle Kuzma guy, but you have to give the guy credit. He's definitely taken a step forward in his career after leaving the Lakers and getting that opportunity. So more power to you, dude.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of comments. Jeremy Bolton says top 5 NBA hottest moms.
Well, Luka's number 1, right? Then there's Jaren Hall, number 2.
Zach Wilson's mom.
Zach Wilson.
She's got a huge
3.
mouth.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey.
Then your mom, not my mom. My mom's not hot at all. Jeremy
Never.
Bolton, your mom's number 5. Okay,
There we go. Okay, good. Good.
Brylark says, "Oh my God, great question, Jeremy." Cody Strickland said Zion Williamson is a bummer.
He's a bum.
Wasn't he always going to be a bust?
Whoa. He's a number 1 overall pick, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he's better than Michael Jordan. He's better than LeBron.
Next time you wonder what I get right, don't wonder.
Idiots.
Idiot.
What do you bench?
Eric and Raleigh says top 5 no order: Suns, Bucks, Warriors, Sixers, Bulls. I don't know if the Sixers. You got to make a Ben Simmons trade. You
Have
make a Ben
to.
Simmons trade, then we can talk.
Yes.
But this team, again, we just talked about it. Kyle Kuzma from the Washington Wizzies blocks Joel's shot for the win last night.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid can't do it all on his own. It's too much. I'm telling you. Bucks play box and 1 on Ja, Eric and Raleigh says. Probably. But that's where his passing comes in.
Well, and what we're not talking about is, great, play box and 1 on him, but he's still going to get by you. He's going to beat anybody 1-on-1.
He's an elite athlete,
I mean,
for sure.
He's getting by you.
For sure. Eric C. says, morning, fellas. Eric C.
Hello, Eric.
My dude. Where you been? Give us a thumbs up, everybody. Hey, by the way, don't forget to check out our affiliate links below in the description. Yesterday was a huge day for at-home COVID test sales. Appreciate that from you guys. Click our links. Check them out.
The coronavirus.
Yeah, make us money. Eric and Raleigh says lots of teams are consistently inconsistent. Yes. CJ So Cool JR. No Ingles, no Quin. Yeah, no Ingles, no Quin means success. Like Quin actually started Bogey and Ingles together seriously. Like, it's not a joke. Butler, you can tell, has talent every time out. This system has you looking for shooters only. Truth. Funky Onion, or Orion. I always make that mistake because it looks like an N.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Funky Orion, one of our best, says, my friend said the Jazz have learned from last year.
No, they haven't. Nope.
He thought they are not playing at their best now, so they still have more to give in the second half of the season and in the playoffs.
Okay, hold on a second.
I hear that a lot.
Hold on a second. I am tired of hearing in the second half of the season. Does everybody realize we're way past the halfway point of the season?
Bro, there's 30 games left.
Guy, like, everybody seems to think the All-Star break is the halfway point in the year. This isn't Major League Baseball, right? This isn't Major League Baseball. We're way past the halfway point of the year. That is a huge misconception among Twitter casuals land, right? Like,
You're casual.
You are. If you think that we're not at the halfway point, or like, pull up Google and look at the NBA schedule.
They've played 52 games, man. They've got 30 games to go.
I mean, come on now.
The Suns are 41-9.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. 41-9. They have a 4-game lead in the loss column. Oh my God. Stop it. There's
Okay.
He's got that beautiful light skin. I mean, no, I'll stop. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. Do you want to oil him up too? Do you want to oil him up?
It feels so good that Book is taking
what we did.
Yeah, man, that's behind closed door. Motherfucker, call me a Kardashian.
Wow.
But it feels so good that he's taken that next step because all the haters, he softy. No double teams in summer. We ain't here for that.
It's actually not that easy, but for me it was easy.
Said Devin Booker 100 times.
So what do you got now? No, the mascot. Okay, he embraced that. What do you got now? What now? Let me tell you what now. Right? 41-9.
Yeah, they're legit, dude.
I said 41-9.
What now? Let me
tell you what now. They've got the Hawks in Atlanta. They start this road trip tonight.
Yeah. Yep. They're legit. What else?
41-9.
Yeah, man.
Feels good.
Yeah.
It's like a warm blanket.
Careful. Careful.
I should stop. All right. Can we get into? Let me update the UPS thing because 3-4 people are asking. So I hate UPS now. because you a PS.
Okay, so run it back real quick. Catch it up.
I was fortunate enough to get the Jordan Reserve win on the Air Jordan 1 Bordeaux. It's a shoe that everybody wants. People covet it. I wanted it. I want it. Okay, you ordered it. You shipped it. Oh, it was delivered. No, it wasn't. Oh, yes, it was. No, it wasn't.
Stop disrespecting me, bro.
So I tell UPS, hey, man, I got the doorbell cam, not delivered. Oh, well, they delivered it to your neighbor behind your house. Can you go knock on their door for us? Sure. Hey, yo, man, you get my shoes? Hey, yo, man, you get my shoes?
Hey, look here, man.
No. No shoes.
No.
No shoes for you.
No.
Okay. They're French or Spanish or whatever the fuck they are. They're like, no, por qué? I was like, okay, cool, man. Bienvenido. And I don't even know what that means. Entonces and stuff. But
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so they're like, no, man, we don't got your shoes. So I call UPS. They're like, sorry, you're fucked. All right, thanks.
Never.
And they're like, well, we'll put a tracer on it. And I'm like, well, didn't you pull the GPS information? Yeah. Where do you leave it? At the house behind you.
Like, for instance.
Yeah, they said they don't have it. Well,
oh my God, dude.
So
Bro.
yesterday I'm at Jersey Mike's because my wife is sick, so I got us Jersey Mike's for lunch. And the guy is calling me, Michael at UPS in West Valley.
Mike.
Good dude. Couldn't talk to him on the phone, had terrible signal. I call back and talk to this lady, Mary. And, I mean, her best sentence was, well,
You're
hey,
so funny.
hey, can you hang on a minute? And I'm like, what? Like, she just puts me on hold. Didn't come back. Like 10 minutes. Didn't come back. It's like, okay, so now what am I going to do? Well, do I ask Nike for a refund? It's not their fault. I actually feel bad going to Nike. Yes.
Okay, fuck you.
I'm going to ask Nike for a refund. But it's, again, there's no recourse. It's so frustrating. I will never use UPS again. Everything I do will be FedEx. And the thing that pisses me off about FedEx is they'll drop stuff in my backyard at my garage door. They'll like, hey, man, it's a 25-second walk to the front door. Or you could leave it in by the garage door. Or when am I ever going to see that, dude? Anyway.
Why did UPS have this one anyway? I thought FedEx was the go-to.
Got me. I don't know. But it's
FedEx
UPS.
is what delivered my shoes.
It's so
weird.
It's so frustrating.
Weird, dude.
It is so frustrating that UPS, there's no recourse. There is no recourse. And so now being that dude, because I'm that dude, now I'm going to have to get on LinkedIn and I'm going to have to connect with some UPS people and be like,
an assassin.
Here's that post-hole digger coming for that boho. Because I'm telling you right now,
boho.
I'm just telling you right now, it is not right that UPS, there's no recourse. And
whoever came up with that shit needs
the
to be fired.
thing is that there's no refund on shipping to Nike from UPS.
It's BS.
Because Nike is a bulk shipper, so they pay UPS. They have a contract with UPS nationally. They pay UPS a certain amount of money every month. So it's not like, oh, hey, you lost Fat Ass's shoes, give us our $17 back. It doesn't work that way. So there's no recourse to UPS. None. Not at all. And they know it, so they don't give you a higher level of service. Mm-hmm. And my guess, like I know my UPS guy pretty well. My guess is it was not this dude. Because my UPS guy and I have actually talked about shoes. And I just don't buy that. You can't tell me a UPS guy is going to give up his career to steal shoes. I just don't buy that. That might be 1 in 1,000 package delivery dudes.
Well, that means that 1 in 1,000 found you.
Maybe, yeah. Because it's not at the neighbor's house where you said it was.
Come on, man.
Like, it's just, and there's again, I don't mean to be redundant. It's frustrating. There's no recourse. There's nothing I can do. Like the facilities in West Valley City here in Salt Lake, it's 20 minutes down the street. Nothing I can do. You can't walk up and knock on a door. There's nobody there to talk to.
Yeah.
You call them on the phone, and it's like, you've reached a non-working number at Asshole Village at UPS.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. So you start calling down, and I talk to Mary. Mary's like, hang on, and never comes back. Like, there's no recourse.
Yeah.
Anyway. I feel better.
Yeah, good.
Dwayne Boone says, I enjoyed listening this morning. Great show. I've got to head out. All right, Dwayne, appreciate you, man.
See you not tomorrow, but Monday.
Snuka says, are we all staring into Jake's eyes? I mean, maybe. I don't. There you go. Open your eyes up. Eric and Raleigh says it's the checkmate on Jake's forehead for me.
Well, hey,
you know what?
Zits
happen. My favorite sandwich at Jersey Mike's is in Layton is the original Italian 16-inch. It's the bomb. I always get the turkey provolone and add roast beef.
Number 8, rosemary bread, Mike's way.
Eric and Raleigh says Nike can make a claim to get the money back from UPS. I don't think so. Get the P.O. box, Tim. Have USPS hold your deliveries at the post office. Probably should. But then I got to go and get them. How about UPS just does their job and puts it on my porch?
How hard is it, dude?
Like they do every other time.
How hard is it?
I mean, he's got a nice fade, Snuka says. You have a nice fade.
Yeah, dude, my boy knows how to fade.
Jay at Dave's Barbershop in Daybreak. Go see him.
Go see him.
Chris Karn says, Amazon Prime Key, they have access to my garage door, and stuff gets left inside the garage. Thank you.
Yeah, see, but I'm glad Amazon got brought up. You don't have this issue with Amazon, do you?
Nope.
Don't have this issue with Amazon, do you?
Nope.
Oh, but it's Jordan's and they're $220.
And by the way, last night, again, we ordered a banner. When we're in LA, you're going to see we have like a backdrop that we ordered. Saturday, they delivered the physical banner. Apparently, the other day, UPS delivered the stand for the banner to my neighbor's house.
God damn it, dude.
My neighbor brought the package over last night.
Bro.
It's crazy.
How is UPS this bad at delivering packages?
I don't know. Use FedEx. Jeremy Bolton says it's crazy there isn't recourse, especially in the delivery age we live in. I'm saying.
Bro, you're getting your ass kicked by Amazon on a daily basis, and you still have this low of service level.
I would never buy Jordans on Amazon, but I wish I could. Eric and Raleigh says Amazon ships with USPS a lot. They do. Bradlark says, haha, Monty refuses to acknowledge that the camera was on Jake while he was talking for... Oh, was it really? Did I leave the camera on Jake for like 10 minutes?
Bro, you're a casual. Come on.
Did I do that? I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I did that.
Bro.
That's my bad.
Bro.
My bad. I control it too.
What are you, UPS now?
Yeah, apparently. What can Tim do for you? Eric DeVera says UPS CSR here in the Philippines. I work at a call center, but not UPS. The best way to escalate is to go to legal or corporate. Also, don't be a Karen. Instead, be extremely polite, even if you get... Oh, I totally am. I've totally changed my tact. Totally. Because you get a lot more help with sugar.
You catch more bees with honey than vinegar.
Correct. And
Just
it's worked.
saying.
Yep, you left the camera on him, hence all the Jake comments. My bad.
Come on, man.
Savage Jake, LMAO. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So basically... All right, so now with this whole UPS thing, is that going to shake your confidence in the sneakers app?
No, it won't. It won't. I am going to go to the top of the ladder at UPS. I don't care. I want my shoes. I want those Bordeaux's, man. Do you know how hard I've worked to get the Bordeaux one?
I want it.
It's a beautiful shoe. It's got like the silver swoosh on. Like, it's a beautiful shoe.
Yeah, it is.
I finally win it, and UPS took it from me. What can Brown do for you? Steal my damn shoes. That's what they can do for me.
Guess not.
Nothing.
Speaking of nothing, how about Tesla? What is the obsession with electric cars? A. B. Why do we obsess on cars that can drive themselves? Can somebody help me with this? We've seen multiple accidents in Scottsdale with these self-driving cars. These Google cars or whatever they are. We've seen multiple idiots in their Teslas get into accidents while they took naps.
Yeah.
And now the news comes out that there's a Tesla recall because they're not recognizing stop signs, so they're running through stop signs.
475,000 vehicles.
That run stop signs.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Why do you need your car to drive you? Is your car not an escape? Like, I drive an Audi SQ5 because, well, I'm a pimp like that, and I have chest hair.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So,
Lidocaine and B12.
Yeah. I love driving my car. It's twin turbo, V6. Like, it's fun. The seat holds you. I love driving that car. I don't want it to drive me. I want to drive it. Why are we obsessed with people?
I don't get it, dude.
I don't get it.
The funny thing about electric cars to me is they're actually terrible for the environment. Like mining lithium and what do you do with the batteries when they go dead? Like they're bad for the environment. There's no way around it. But the marketing package is, oh, they're great for the environment and we got to get away from gasoline and like, okay, there's arguments to be made both ways, but the when it comes down to it, I just am not interested. I think there's so many other ways we can help.
Well, so you do realize that people are like, oh, electric vehicles are pimp. Well, electric vehicles are great until you realize that, mining for the product to make the battery is terrible for the environment and the earth. It literally is one of the worst things you can do. You can't recycle those batteries. You understand that, right? Like once you make a battery for a car, like the hybrid batteries, you can't recycle them. They're here forever. Forever. So they're terrible for the environment, number one. Number two, this whole thing about the cost of a Tesla, and I get it. Driving a Tesla, you're super hip, you're pimp, you're a dude.
Cool kids club. All right,
we
great.
get it. We get it. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I admittedly, I'm not ready. And it to me, the environmental thing doesn't even matter in electric cars. The thing is, like, I want to drive more than 300 miles. I'm driving to LA next week. That's a 10-hour drive. What am I going to do? Stop and recharge my car? No. I'm going to put more gas in it, and I'm going to keep driving. And I'll see you in LA. Right? That's the thing that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Is they're not really that practical. And they're super expensive. Like Teslas, you're into Teslas for 40, 50, 60 G's at a minimum.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think I legitimately think a lot of it is what you were just talking about, the cool kids club. Hey, I want to say I own a Tesla. And I'm fine with that. I actually don't have a problem with that. I want to say I own a Beamer or an Audi or, whatever, whatever your cup of tea is. But I don't have a problem with people wanting to be able to say that, but I have a problem with people being like, oh, well, it's better for the environment and, it's the car can drive itself even though it can't. And, everything's cool.
Well, it can drive itself right through stop signs.
Idiots.
Like, Snuka says Tesla is a glorified oversized battery that looks like an old Apple mouse. That's not untrue.
Yeah.
That's not untrue.
Yeah.
Brylark says Monty's going to go work for UPS to exclusively deliver his own packages. Now, 6 months ago, that might have been a plan. But now I'm not buying shoes that much. So, I wish I could. Eric and Raleigh says leave Yelp and go to UPS and change it from the inside.
No, I'm good.
Eric also says, I want to say I own a 2013 Toyota Camry. Swag.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But my point is like, there's nothing wrong with saying you want to own a Tesla or Beamer or an Audi or whatever. But I think that it is just beyond me that people think that electric cars are good for the environment. They're not.
I must have left it on your face a long time because people keep saying that now. Jeremy Bolton says, I still love driving, and I totally agree. It's a total escape for me. I don't have a fancy, fast car by any means, but I love taking long road trips. Me too.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Me too. You know what? I'm a car guy, so I spend money on cars. It pisses my wife off.
Okay, so is the camera still on me?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
No, it's not.
Okay.
The feed on YouTube is behind.
I see.
Our feed on YouTube is behind.
Okay. So it pisses the wife off.
My wife hates that I like to buy new cars. Now, the Audi, I'm going to be in the Audi for probably another 2 years.
But you, love the Audi.
I do. To drive the Audi.
And coming from a Tacoma to an Audi is obviously...
I went from a BMW 5 Series M Sport to a Toyota Tacoma, mistake, to an Audi SQ5 twin turbo V6. Yeah, dude. The Audi, I love driving it.
Yeah.
It's a car you drive. It's a car that lets you feel the road. It's a car that... I wish sometimes it was manual, but most times I don't. Like, I love the Audi.
Yeah.
I really do. The next car I get will be a Porsche Cayenne of some sort. Hopefully a GTS, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not in on this electric car thing, and I'm telling you, look at it. Quentin Moyer says, my girlfriend thinks Teslas look like a pregnant woman.
I just don't like them.
Double wrap it, dude.
Dude, I just don't like them, bro. I don't. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not about it. I'm not.
Are you engaged yet?
No, I'm not. Nope.
How's the girlfriend?
Excellent. We had dinner last night, hung out.
Where'd you go to dinner?
My apartment.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Well, what'd you serve her for dinner? Steak?
Well,
tube steak.
What's an erection?
Well, what do you want from me? What am I supposed to do?
Double bag it. That's what you're
Yeah,
supposed to
I mean,
do.
I get it. I get it. But damn.
Wear that raincoat Jimmy
Yeah,
had.
you
You ain't
know?
ready to make babies.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be making babies, man.
Bro, stop.
What?
Stop. Let's continue the conversation.
Don't.
I don't need to be told. Did I do what you did? Have I made a mistake?
Yes. Well, my mistake. Okay. So wait, you just called yourself a mistake.
Yes, I did.
You just
Yes,
called
I
yourself a
did.
mistake. It's the greatest thing. Anyway, wait. Can we get a girlfriend update? I didn't know this. Snooka, yeah, he has a girlfriend.
Yeah,
now.
dog. I got a girlfriend, bro. Got a girlfriend. Everything's good. You should follow me on Instagram. You might have seen that.
SLC Supercars.
Get the behind the scenes stuff on the
SLC
Instagram.
Supercars. You
I'm
know.
trying to do more TikTok, but the Instagram's where it's at.
Yeah, you're an Instagram guy. You know. Jake, just make sure you wrap your willy. Wow.
Hey.
Okay.
Correctamundo.
Okay. What brand do you use, Jake?
Trojan.
You're a Trojan guy. Okay.
Yep.
Where do you get them?
Costco.
What did I give you for Christmas?
Yeah. You got me like 100 of them. Dude, like an obscene amount.
I got you a variety pack of condoms for Christmas for a stocking stuffer from Costco. I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and
I thought it
appreciate
was
that.
funny as hell.
It was funny. It was funny.
Even though for 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, you better unbuy me condoms. You know. Eric and Raleigh says SLC new dad with no cars.
Wow.
There's it. That's Jake's Twitter handle. SLC new dad. SLC the condom broke. SLC the no.
So you legit think you'll be in the Audi for another couple years?
Yes, I do. I do. Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Why wouldn't I be?
There's no reason you wouldn't be. I'm just asking.
How long are you going to be in? Well, WRX STI guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you going to be in the
here's
Subi?
the dilemma. Here's the dilemma, and this is the game you have to play when you're talking cars, right? So I just crossed 30,000 miles on my car, right? And it's worth. I owe like 30 low 31s on it, and it's worth about 28 and a half. So I'm close-ish. You know, I'm not like because like with the Fiat that I had, I was like way upside down. I was like 7, I think, like 7 or 6. And then with the down payment, I paid that down to like 4.
Yeah,
know?
you had an Abarth.
Yeah. And so, you know, with the Subi, I'm like, okay, I kind of have to make a decision. I'm either going to be in it for a while, like probably a couple more years, or I have to move it because we're at that tipping point where.
Nah, I'd be in it.
You know, you're at that tipping point. So, I don't know.
All you guys ever post about is snowboarding and lifting. Okay.
What's the problem?
Okay. Well.
Who said that?
I don't know because now his comment got filtered because he said post something and then he cursed.
Okay, good.
Over 30 miles, over 30,000 miles, time to get rid of it, Jake, Eric says. Nah, I don't think so. I think you hang out. You have one of the nicest WRX STIs in the valley.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have your summers on there, those wheels that your summer wheels
this weekend, baby. I'm
are
ready.
Incredible. Well,
I'm
it
ready.
may snow again.
Yeah, well,
I don't think
I'm not taking snow tires to California. I can tell you that right now. It's not happening.
No, that's probably smart.
I'm not doing that.
That's probably smart. No, I'm not going to ask you about that. I'm not going to ask you about that. No, I'm not going to ask you about that. By the way, you're out of Girl Scout cookies now before we leave.
Yeah, out of Girl Scout cookies. It was a nice season. 5 boxes of tagalongs, 5 boxes of Thin Mints.
God damn, you ate all of those already?
Yeah, dog. Hammered them. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, I've had them for a minute.
A week?
Yeah.
You ate 10 boxes of Girl Scout cookies in a week, fat ass.
Listen, you just had half a box. We split another box, so that leaves me with 8. So yeah,
he ate. Oh, my bad.
He ate 8. It's not like
you ate 8 boxes of Girl Scout cookies in a week.
It's not like Girl Scout cookies are some huge portion.
Guy, you ate 8 boxes of cookies in a week.
I've never taken steroids.
Who cares, dude?
8 boxes in a 8.
Never.
Yes, you did.
Never.
Okay. Whatever, man. All right. As a reminder, we're giving away this PS5. We are off tomorrow. We will be back. New show will be on Monday. Tomorrow we're going snowboarding.
Deal with it.
Taking the day off at the Yelpatory.
Yeah.
Leaving a crib early. So we're going snowboarding tomorrow. So we'll be back on Monday. Next week, we got to get into the Super Bowl prep.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget, 2 weeks from now, we'll be in L.A., so we'll do full shows both
So we got
both
this
weeks.
coming week. We got this coming week here at the crib.
Yep.
And then that next Monday, L.A.
Should we go to the Jazz-Laker game?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wednesday night.
We got to work. We got to do the show. Like, I just don't think it's realistic, dude.
Each box was like 5,000 calories, Jake.
Who gives a shit, dude?
Quentin Moyer says Jake's going to become a diabetic.
Bro, I live 6 days a week. I like, come on.
Jake, I hear the Dodge Dart scene is where it's at.
Nah, dog. I'm not going to be someone who darted. Nah, name me. No.
Chris Karn says 10 boxes. 10 boxes for Jake.
Call me fat. Hey, man, fine. Whatever.
Truth. Kay Nuren says, I love watching the Jazz last night. Please keep playing the young guys.
Yeah.
Truth. How do you win the PS5 again? Quentin Moyer says.
Buy shirts.
You have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to buy. If you buy one of our shirts, you get 5 entries for every one of everybody else. Everybody who buys a shirt gets 5 entries. If you are already entered into the previous contest, if you subscribe and follow us, you don't have to enter again. Because legit, every day we add the followers to this box. The subscribers and followers. But on the PS5, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow us on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to pull the winners when we get to 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. So as fast as we got to, and Eric and Raleigh's trying to bribe us, dude.
Well, that might be true.
I mean, go ahead.
He can bribe his own way by buying merch.
Yeah, we are meteorically rising. We're well over 3,000 now, so it'll probably be less than a month that we give this thing away.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit subscribe. Please, if you're here, give us a thumbs up. Look at our affiliate links below. If you'd like to buy something on Amazon, hit me up. I'll give you an affiliate link for it. But yeah, Jake has a girl. Time to put the pounds back on.
Bro, I'm in good shape right now. I mean, you want to talk about moving some shit in the gym? Yeah.
Yeah, we're over 225 now. We're in the 230s, so life is good. Anyway, play the music, Jake. We're off tomorrow. We will be back on Monday. Please hit subscribe to win the PS5. If you're here right now, please give us a thumbs up. We appreciate everybody who is here. Thank you so much. Giving us a thumbs up, liking the show helps us grow. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, The Monty Show. MONTY, The Monty Show. Jake is SLC Supercars. Until Monday, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.